Hi, this is Kat Chancellor with Stamp Art Connection and StampArtConnection.com. Hi, this is Kat Chancellor with Stamp Art Connection and StampArtConnection.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you live from my craft room here in Pensacola, Florida. And this is part of my weekly live that I have with my Stamping Fusion group. But because of the presets with Facebook, they don't really allow a really smooth live stream, if you have less than 200 viewers. So I went ahead and switched over to my YouTube channel because I have over 2,000 viewers, and I know that I'll get a nice consistent Facebook stream or YouTube stream, and that it won't be as choppy. So thank you for joining me. Hello, Tina. Good to see you. Glad you're there. Hopefully some of my other friends from Stamping Fusion will hop on. But what I have in store tonight is I got my pre-order from the mini catalog this week, and I made some samples, and I want to kind of go over some of those ideas with you and kind of show you some of the products. There's a lot of really neat returning products, which is really good because it really stretches out the dollar. That way you can spend more money on the embellishments or some of the paper, because there's a lot of really pretty paper. So that's what I really enjoy about it. I'm pretty much going to focus on mostly fall and Halloween cards, because those are the holidays that are coming up the soonest. And then I'll probably schedule another reveal for Christmas. But there's a lot of really neat ideas for Christmas, and I'm going to show you some of the sets that are coming back in this Christmas catalog that if you have, you'll be glad that you held on to them. So so let me go ahead and transition over to my desktop. Okay, so here's the catalog. My catalog is actually sitting out on the porch because it's going through COVID quarantine. So until my husband's satisfied that he's ensured that it sits out there and nobody's touched it, he'll bring it in the house. So I'm very fortunate. I have a very safety-minded husband. But you can see, since I can only show you the cover, they've got I want to point out this beautiful poinsettia. And maybe you've already gone through some of the YouTube videos that are out there and seen some of the other demonstrators demonstrating some things, but this really caught my eye. Well, the first set that I really liked out of this catalog is a set that's called Beautiful Autumn, and here is the stamp set, and then it comes with these lovely punches, and I love punches. So you get a leaf punch, an acorn punch, and a leaf punch, and they basically match some of these stamps here. The suite comes with some really neat ribbon, and here's the ribbon. This is a really pretty copper ribbon that I really like. It's kind of stiff, but it's actually good because the embellishment that comes with this set are these really cool little acorns. I mean, they're very heavy. I used them on a project. I'm going to show you the project here in a minute. But I used these acorns, and they fit really cute on this ribbon. So that's kind of a good match. These cute little copper acorns. And they are called the acorn trinklets. This is really nice ribbon. It's rather thick, and it's in, I believe it's in mint macaron is the color that comes with that. And here's a sample of the of some of the DSP, and I'm going to show you the rest here shortly. So that's the ribbon and the trinkets. Here's the stamp set, okay, and all these neat little punches. Well, it also comes with this lovely paper right here, and I've already used this for a couple of projects, but rather than the glossy gold paper, hey Jackie, thanks for joining me. Rather than having just the kind of the glossy paper, this is a brushed metallic paper, and this is just beautiful. It's really pretty, and it comes with several colors. When you get the packet, it's really a good deal because you get the packet and look at the different shades that you get. You get kind of a dark brush shade, and then you get a couple of lighter shades. And I'm just going to kind of, you can see the different shades that you get there. So this is actually a pretty good value because you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets out of this this pack of brushed metallic cardstock. So you get 6 sheets. So this is a nice set to make items for fall. So I'm going to put this aside because now I'm going to show you the designer series paper. Now, when I was putting together a project that I'm going to show you here shortly, I like to pull out, and I have this here in a piece of an envelope. I like to put out the colors that I'm going to be using in a card pack. And here are the colors that come in this DSP right here. So here are the colors right here, and then this DSP has a foiled side and then it has a plain side. So I've already cut out, and you can see right here I've used this foil side because you can use the punches to stamp out the acorns and the leaves on both styles of leaves. So these leaf punches can be used to punch those out. Now that can save some time, and I'll show you a card where I did that. I have all kinds of pieces and parts here because I was making samples. So look at that. This is Cajun Craze. Isn't that gorgeous? And it has just a really nice brown background, but these are pumpkins and gourds and Cajun Craze and gold. Then it has a nice houndstooth, a brown and very vanilla houndstooth pattern. And it just has this really lovely mint macaron and kind of a looks like rose gold foil there. Here's another one, the pretty stripes. These are the stripes with all this paper right here, you can see. And then that has a nice wheat, kind of a nice wheat pattern, which matches with the stamp set, because the stamp set also has some wheat embellishments or some wheat stamps. Here's some more leaves and acorns. Again, these are big enough that you can cut them out. Here's a really neat pattern in gold foil and Cajun Craze. And here's that pretty pattern I was showing you again with the mint macaron, early espresso, Cajun Craze, and berry vanilla. And the back has this really pretty diagonal print that's gold foil. Isn't that pretty? And then here's again the copper and gold acorns and leaves on this paper. Okay, so there's the paper. I've showed you the ribbon. Here's the card. Here's the stamp set. You can see it's got the leaves, the acorn, and it has here these nice I guess like wheat kind of pattern, and then some really pretty little sentiments. And then here's the paper that I used. Okay, now there's another set that I used with this, so I want to show you this because when I put my projects together to show you, I used both sets. The other set I used was called the Gather Together set. This features this great big beautiful leaf and some really pretty sentiments here. And if you open it up, you can see it's photopolymer, and you can see where I've already used it. And it comes with these dies. Now what's lovely about these dies, is that you not only get a framelit die that's going to cut out this leaf here that you can stamp right here. Okay, it's not only going to cut that out, but you have these really nice embossed cut dies that will emboss this real pretty leaf pattern. And let me just kind of move in so you can see it. It will emboss that really pretty leaf pattern as well as cut them out. Here are the framelits for cutting out the pumpkins, but I just really love this. This is a really nice something that you can put in your crafting collection for fall, and that's what really drew me to this group, was that I like to have, you know, a nice Christmas collection, a fall collection, and then a Halloween collection. So these are the two sets that I use to make the cards I'm going to show you now as samples, and I used these colors as my base. So let me just go ahead and put these aside and show you my samples. I'm going to start with these two cards here. And these are very simple cards that I put together using both the, I used, I believe this is, forgot the name of this color here, but I took strips of the DSP using that, using one of the end punches to kind of create some pretty ends. And then I just kind of stamped on a cross piece, kind of just tucked it around with a little piece of this mint macaron ribbon. And then this little leaf piece right here was cut out of the DSP. And I just love the thank you that comes with this piece. I just think that's really pretty script. I really like that. So that's this piece on Early Espresso. I think that's Crumb Cake. That's the color. I couldn't think of that color. Don't my nails match really nicely? I'm going to answer Tina. Tina's question says, do you cut your paper to store it in a certain way or cut it when needed? I usually cut my paper, and I'm just gonna bring this in here. I usually take some of my my paper and I will cut it in, if it's 12 by 12, I'll cut it in half so I have two 6 by 6 pieces. And then I'll usually throw into that pack, I'll throw in the cardstock that goes with that paper, because it kind of helps me to select what my, like how I want to put together a piece. You can see that, I'm just going to pull out here, you can see that with my metallic paper, I did the same thing. I just went ahead and I took my 12 by 12 sheet. I cut it 6, so I have a 6 by 12 piece, and I'm using my the other piece as the piece for my projects, and that way I can keep everything together. I hope that answers your question, Tina. And then I usually have a little envelope that I keep some of my scraps or extra pieces. And in fact, right here is a bunch of extra pieces that I have from making all my cards, and I usually keep those off on the side. Okay, so that, thank you, that was a good question. But getting back to my samples from these two stamp sets right here, I used, this one is the Cajun Craze, and you might recognize the background that goes on this card. This is actually the background from that lovely set, the Forever Greenery set. I really like that. I just took a piece. Now, I actually made this card out of scraps that I had cut from this card. And I just threw a piece of DSP down the middle. I cut some using the layering, stitch layering, circle die, and oval set. I just took the square and I just cut out four out of Very Vanilla. I kind of cut this one in half so that I could kind of balance my design. And again, I cut these out of the DSP, so I didn't have to stamp or I didn't have to emboss anything. It was very, very easy. It's a very simple card to put together. So there's 2 examples. My third example, and for those of you that took my my workshop on the Forever Greenery projects, will recognize this same design. This is the design that we use for our Forever Greenery workshop. All I did was I changed it up. In fact, this was a piece that I had started but didn't finish, so I picked it up. I changed the background out where I was using this wonderful mint macaron and the foil DSP. You can kind of see it, and you can kind of see it there in the background of the mason jar. I went ahead and put a banner across the jar, and these are pieces that come in this box, and it's in the catalog. It's called Sequins for Everything. This is a wonderful, this is where I said where sometimes the catalog has some pretty cool things that you can use. It has red, green, gold, and an orange and copper sequins. So I used those sequins in my shaker card here. And what I did, and I'm just going to set this down so I can pull it in and kind of show you how great this set is. I took this little wheat stamp and I stamped it on the back of my card. I then added some of the leaves that I had embossed. Now, when you emboss the leaves, and I don't think I have any more gold ones. Okay, so here's a gold one right here. And you see how pretty? Now this is using that brushed metallic cardstock. Isn't that gorgeous? It looks like something that comes out of a chocolate wrapper. So you emboss and cut with those dies. And then I kind of just cut little leaves, like I could get 3 leaves out of this one big leaf, and I split it around my arrangement. And then I used some of the cuts, and here's an example of a leaf that's using the punch. So I punched it out with my Cajun Craze, and I believe this is I forgot what the name of that color, is. Hold on. Cajun Craze and Bumblebee. I think that's Bumblebee. And just kind of created kind of a fall arrangement for my shaker card. So there you can spin up your same products you used for your Forever Greenery, those your mason jar, and come up with the, basically using the same products and just come up with a different vibe for it. And also look how pretty I put that copper ribbon right around the lid. And if you took my workshop, you know that I gave you a trick for how you can do that. Okay, so those are my 3 samples that I wanted to present using the products from these bundles and these suites. Okay, so let me just put those out of the way. Now, this catalog comes in, since we're talking about that card there, this catalog has another stamp set, and it's called Lots to Celebrate, which uses the mason jar, and it gives it some interesting backgrounds that you can use for making cards, and it's called the Lots to Celebrate, and it's got heart backgrounds and flowers and stars and snowflakes. Here's your autumn leaves. I didn't try that. I just went ahead and went with the vibe and the design that I had come up with for Forever Greenery, but I'm also going to try a card out of this. And this is one of the $1 million winners designed this. So this is from one of our demonstrators. Okay, so I'm going to put those 3 aside. Now the next group, I have one more that I want to show you. One more project that I created with that set of dies, stamps, and cardstock. I used the Bumblebee cardstock, that color. I used the DSP that comes with the in colors. I used the gingham ribbon. You'll remember that gingham ribbon if you took my workshop. And then this is Cajun Craze. And then just look how absolutely beautiful. I stamped off. I used this really nice, I love this tasteful textured embossing folder. And then here is the leaf, and I'll just pull in so you can kind of enjoy it, because I really like how it came out. There's the leaf in that brush metallic. I stamped that leaf stamp using copper on vellum. Here is the little piece of copper ribbon with our little acorn stuck with several little glue dots, just to kind of give it an extra pizzazz. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so this box will be featured on my blog. It's actually inspired by a challenge from one of my customers who showed me the project that was created by an artisan design team member. So if you'll go on my blog, I'll be posting it this week. It has her instructions, and then I'll show you the products that I'm going to reveal now for this box. It's a gift box, and in this gift box comes cards and tags. So there they are. You have 4 cards, and these are the cards that are in the, they were in the catalog. I have to go back and find them, but they're already made. They're just the plain note cards with the envelope, matching envelope. And they measure 3.5 by 5. So these are 3.5 by 5 Whisper White cardstock, and they come with the matching envelopes. And again, I just layered with Bumblebee, the DSP from the In Colors. I stamped, and then I used a technique where I just took a mask, and then I took a sponge dauber, and I kind of daubed around, and then put a little bit of pretty little designs, and this is all part of the stamp set. Then over here are the little leaf that's been cut out using that wonderful little punch, this little punch right here in the brushed metallic, and then with just a little pinch of your copper ribbon. Isn't that just lovely? And every card's a little different. So every card is just a little bit different, and let me just lay them out here so you can see. But there they are. I just thought it's really a very fun set to put together, and I think they're just gorgeous. And I really enjoyed putting it together. So thank you, Jackie, for that wonderful that challenge. I love getting challenged. Send me a challenge. Okay, with this set come, now these we sell on our annual catalog, the 3x3 envelopes. So think about it for a minute, okay? Think about how easy this set is to put together. Basically, all you have to do is construct the box. And the box comes with, you have to construct the dividers, and that's really not that hard. The only thing I recommend is the artisan design team member, and I had her name. Her name is Carolyn van der Straten, and she's Dutch. So Carolyn van der Straten is the designer. Stampin' Up! Has the inside products. They have the cards, they have the envelopes. All you have to do is just cut the extra product to come up with the cards. Here, I just use Cajun Craze. This is a 6x3 folded at 3 inches. Again, I just took some Whisper White. After I stamped my image, I ran it through the embossing folder to give it that nice texture. I ran a piece of vellum, and I'm just going to move in here so you can see how pretty. Even the vellum has those nice lines, the leaf lines on it. And then put another one of those little leaf tags, and there's this one. Oh, and then I just added a little flip. This is just a tiny little piece of ribbon it's 1 inch ribbon folded in half and tucked under, and then this is just a strip of DSP, just to kind of give your eye a little bit of interest. It's very, very simple. There's the other one, and this one. Now, on some of your stamp sets, you have stamp sets at home, like Gorgeous Grunge, that kind of have, they're photopolymers, so they have some interesting shapes, and they're just color, and that's all I used to color my leaves. That's all I used, was like a stamp set like Gorgeous Grunge, and I'll have all that on my blog. These are the tags, and these were cut using our scallop tag top. Any kind of tag top will do, and they're exactly 2 by 3.5 inches. And again, all I did is I used the bumblebee and stamped, and then kind of stamped my color. Everything, all my lettering is in early espresso. And then look at that, there is that beautiful brushed metallic stamped with that really pretty those dies. Those dies are to literally to die for. I just love them. Very, very simple, and 4 of them, 4 cards, 4 tags, and there you go. What a neat project. And I would recommend staying with the when you look at the sizes, the dimensions that will be on Carolyn's note that I will have featured on my blog. You must follow by centimeters, otherwise your box is not going to fit. It's meant to fit. It's meant to go with those pieces. Now I will tell you, I use that new stamp staying stuff for putting my box together, and I'm not real happy. This one's been coming apart, so I may have to use some tear tape. So obviously I haven't mastered the knack with that, but there you go. So those were my projects using those fall sets. Okay, so now let's move on to a set called it's called Celebrations Tidings. And I was really trying to look for some sets that would offer me some flexibility as I go into fall and as I go into Christmas and Halloween. And this set does it for me. It has kind of banners that you can use for Halloween, for Thanksgiving, you know, autumn, and for this is a pretty heart one for Valentine's Day. You know, this can be a little Christmassy, has happy haunting. I love that sentiment there. And Christmas, there's a nice spider. So it kind of gives you a little bit of everything. The suite comes with plaid paper, and it has a lot of really, really nice plaid pieces, and it has every color, so you can use this all through the year. But if you remember last year, and this is why I wanted to bring this set out, you remember that we had a set called Perfectly Plaid. This set will be in the mini catalog, so if you have that, pull it out, get this paper, and you can put together any of your Christmas cards with that. Now, so that's kind of a little sneak peek on that set. Now this comes with a bundle that includes these framelits, and let me show you the framelits. They have layering framelits, and I just have this one here because this is the one I used, and I used it to create this card right here. And I also used a retired bat punch from several catalogs ago. But I took the framelit and I used some of the extra products that came out of their Halloween suite. And let me show you what those are. The Halloween suite has this lovely black glitter paper. And you can see where I've cut out some pieces. Really, really pretty. It's not too thick and it's very, very tough. Yet it will cut out very easily with a punch. So that's part of the Halloween suite. The other thing in the Halloween suite is this embossing folder. Look at this. It's fantastic. It is spider webs. Now, if you go on the closeout on my online store, they have a word die called Wicked. You remember from last year that would go perfectly, and it's on sale for making some Halloween cards. So you want to kind of write that down. So this is the cobweb embossing folder. So I just love that. I had to have that. And let me just pull in so you can see the details on this card. And let me just go ahead and pull out just a little bit. Okay, because what I want to show you is there's the back embossing. You can see the cobwebs right there that have been embossed. And then I took some embossing, a dauber, and I just kind of daubed that. Now this scroll is stamped with black glitter. Okay, that's stamped with black glitter, as is the little spiders. And then I just drew a line to connect their web. And you see this here? I don't know if you can see that. This is another great piece that is with this new suite. Look at this. I love it. It is the metallic mesh ribbon. Look at that. It looks like spider webs. I absolutely love it. Yes, it's ribbon. It is called the metallic, mesh ribbon, and it comes in one of the suites. I didn't get the suite. I didn't get the paper. All I wanted were kind of these pieces and parts that I could just kind of put together my own cards. Because I have so many retired items, I just kind of like to kind of play it up a little bit. Yes, so what I did here is I took the back, I just kind of crinkled up the ribbon a little bit, and I made it look like I have, spider webs peeking out the side. Isn't that just fantastic? And again, there's several sets from past catalogs that have bats, and I just love the little, I think the bats kind of do it all. And this is Cajun Craze with Whisper White and black. Okay, so that is, I'm just really excited about that set. And it has, you can see that the stamp set has, it has little framelits where you can kind of cut out, these are for the spiders, these two spiders here, or you can cut out two spiders, and just some neat little things. Here's some little pieces to make some kind of greenery here. So it's got some options to it, and that's kind of what I was kind of looking. I like to look for fall. I like to look for sets for fall that are kind of bridging sets, sets that will kind of bridge me from fall into Halloween, and maybe even into winter. Okay, so that was that card set. Now, another card set called Festive Corners. This is just a stamp set. That's all this is. And I just liked it because I thought it was kind of, again, it's kind of a bridging stamp set where you have, I love my spider web, spiders. You can use it to border a card, or like it says, for corners. So what I did with this set is I used, oops, sorry about that. I used the colors from the set that's in the suite that's in the catalog, that uses a rich razzleberry and black. I took the cat punch, which is in the catalog, and just punched him out of the that glitter paper. There are these really pretty iridescent pearls that are also offered as part of the suite with this really pretty ribbon, and I just went ahead and created this little punch here. Comes from this is another bridging set called Everything Essential. And Everything Essential comes with all kinds of different holidays. You have Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's, just you and me, Halloween, and then just some extra, like bats, snowflakes, and hearts, to and from, to make tags. Here's the punch that this set comes with. All I wanted to do was to use the haunted house. I put that in the center. I used my my festive corners, and just kind of went around my card, and then I put my my wonderful little cat in there, and that was my set. And then I embellished it with a strip of ribbon going all the way down along the middle of my card, and then I took my scissors and I kind of frayed it a little bit, so it looked because it does kind of come looking like it's going to be, you know, it has a solid end to it. So if you just kind of clip it a little bit, you can make it kind of fray. And that was my Halloween sample for you. So I hope you like that. Yes, you've got to get the ribbon. It is wonderful ribbon. It's the kind of ribbon, and you know they also have that pretty black, can you imagine the black glitter ribbon that they have that's in the catalog? Now, also on the sales rack, on the clearance rack, there are the coffins that are available. And I don't know if you remember the coffins, but I made, if you go on my channel, you'll see that I made a coffin wreath of all the coffins. And I was telling my sister last night about this, and I said, you know, I want to send you just the ribbon so that you can spruce up that coffin wreath, because this is the perfect kind of ribbon that would just kind of go in and out of the coffins, and it's just really super. Okay, so the last piece, or the last thing I want to show you that I got, so let me put these aside and just kind of show you something that is going to be coming back. The Merry Moose is going to be coming back, okay, with the punch. You remember that we had the Merry Moose and the punch. There's lots of greenery. There's lots of greenery sets, but they also have a 3D embossing folder that is called the Evergreen Forest. And there it is right there. I got this because I thought this would look really good with this this moose set, which is a carryover from the last catalog. And I embossed it right here, and I don't know how well you can see. I'm not sure how well you can see the embossing on that, but it's pretty deep. And in fact, I think what I'm going to do, this is Cajun Craze, and I'm just going to try something here, just because I just embossed this, and I'm wondering what would happen if I took this and I took some of the color And I'm just gonna use a sponge. And I'm just hitting, the trees in the front are the closest to you, right? So I'm just gonna kind of trying to see if this will come out better if you kind of do a little bit of this around it. I don't know. What do you think? I don't really see anything different, but I do like the embossing, and I don't know if I see anything, but you can kind of see this is you can see how deep that embossing is. And maybe what I would do is I would put this on white. I would try it on white, and then I would do this with maybe some green. Yes, you know what? Let me try that while you guys are right here. I'm going to try. Let me try that. Okay. Yep, Jackie's right. It's the foil. The foil does it. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? That is just beautiful. And I think I've seen some cards where you just you could cut even strips of this and use strips of this. And this is, all I did, this is 6 inches right here. So I just took a piece of that brushed metallic. I love that paper. That brushed metallic, and I just and you can see how much more, you can see how big this this embossing folder is. So good recommendation, Jackie. Yep, the foil is different, is definitely the way to go with this set. So there you have it. So there you have it. My product reveal for the mini catalog, mostly focusing on fall and Halloween. So I'm going to put these up on my blog, and I will definitely be featuring this all by itself up on the blog, so you can see how to put this together. Thank you for that challenge to my Stamping Fusion ladies. Give me another challenge. I love challenges, and I hope that you enjoyed this evening. 45 minutes, you have the rest of the evening to yourself. Please like and share, and I really appreciate it if you do like. That's how I get my stats up. Facebook streaming, YouTube streaming, it's all about getting likes from likes and shares from the people who follow you. So appreciate all your support out there. So take care, stay well, and happy stamping.